the master morality and the slave morality, the two primary personality types Nietzsche assigned to civilization. But what did these terms actually mean, and where did he fabricate this idea? Nietzsche believes that the elevation of man has resulted from the work of an aristocratic society, from societies that believe in a long scale of gradations of rank and differences of worth among human beings, as well as slavery in some form or the other. He refers to this as the pathos of distance, the gap between the different classes of a society. Let's start by first defining what Nietzsche meant by master morality. He writes, "The noble caste was always the barbarian caste. Their superiority didn't consist first of all in their physical, but in their psychical power. They were more complete men, which at every point also implies the same as more complete beasts." He also talks about how in higher and mixed civilizations, there can be a conjunction of these two moralities, that they can be found within the same man, within one soul. But there is a confusion and mutual misunderstanding of these moralities inside that man. That the distinctions of moral values have either originated in a ruling caste with an intention of creating values that are different and separated from the ruled, otherwise known as the slaves. What does Nietzsche mean by this? The master morality doesn't look at morality as everything good being something that is helpful and everything bad as harmful. Rather, it sees morality and value as being the consequences of some of these actions. The man with a master morality mindset sees his morality through the sum of what he has done. Nietzsche also ascribes more personality characteristics to what this type of man acts and behaves like. A noble man has a sternness of principle, having duties only to one's equals. He treats people of lower status to him as the heart desires, reaffirming that morality is a consequence of actions. The nobleman judges, what is harmful to me is harmful in itself, showing a sense of duty and establishing his own set of values. The nobleman values qualities in himself that will aid him in a lifelong process of self-actualization through the will to power. Ultimately, a man with a master morality sets his own values. He understands the vices and activities in this world that are harmful to him, and sets about eradicating them from his life. That he doesn't need the approval of others to know what is the right thing to do, and that the right thing to do, Nietzsche defines as the value or non-value of action was derived from its consequences, not what people believe something to be good or something to be evil. Let's talk about the slave morality now. Nietzsche quotes, "Supposing that the abused, the oppressed, the suffering, the unemancipated, the weary, and those uncertain of themselves should moralize, what will be the common element in their moral estimates? Probably be a pessimistic suspicion with regard to the entire situation of man will find expression, perhaps a condemnation of man together with his situation." What does this mean? Slaves oppose the master morality. Their morality is based on devaluing what the master possesses and the slave doesn't have. Nietzsche sees the slave morality in most common men, originating in particularly weak men. The main characteristics of slave morality is a sense of pessimism and cynicism. They seek what is in the good of the community, and that the people with a master morality are the cause of their despair. Nietzsche quotes, "The slave has an unfavorable eye for the virtues of the powerful. He has a skepticism and distrust, a refinement of distrust of everything good." Nietzsche blames the prevalence of this slave morality on the emergence of Christianity and the democratic movement. That the ideals that these concepts propagate are ones that seek to make everyone equal through subservience to a particular entity, be it God or the structure of having a group of people who shouldn't have a say in the running of a society, but ultimately dictate it. We have discussed the master morality and the slave morality, but what does Nietzsche believe that we should do about it? Nietzsche believes that the master morality is the more honorable type of man, as he refers to it often as a nobleman or of the noble caste. He believes that the attributes of this nobleman will all be in the pursuit of self-actualization and being stern in his principles. However, from my interpretation, through the re-evaluation of your morals, you can reduce the pathos of distance from the master morality and the slave morality. Thank you for watching. If you want to read more on Nietzsche's writings on morals, I put a link in the description for Beyond Good and Evil, which gave me the inspiration for the video. Hit the like button if you want to see more content like this, and subscribe to join me on this path of continuous learning.